John's homemade knives.
Well, partially homemade. I put the handles on them. The blades and the sheaths come from the Helle Knife Company in Norway.
Oh, okay.
Triple laminated stainless steel. So when I got them, I just had the blade part, but all the wood and leather part is mine. It's Brazilian cherry with stacked leather.
Does this go all the way through? Would you call it the full tang?
This is what we call a rat tail tang. That's the knife tang right there.
Is that? Did you have to brad that over at the end?
It's called peening. So that brass pin is peened on the end. The brass peen also makes like a retainer on this style of sheath.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
But this one is kind of retains with the snap up here. So Brazilian cherry and stacked leather. And then,
so you don't have any of the, these aren't any of the knives where you made the blades out of the
no,
machete?
I didn't make the blades. These are all from Norway. The blades are from Norway. Now this one's called like a half tang. As you can see, the tang is halfway through. Again, that's Brazilian cherry. It's called the Tamagami, which is a wilderness region in Canada. But these are my handles, so you know when you go buy the Tamagami from the Helle Company, it's going to be a different handle. These are all custom handles by me. This one's called Harding. This is stacked leather and Brazilian cherries. This is one of my favorites.
It's very light feeling.
That's the size of a blade I prefer. 4-inch blade, 4 1/4 blade. At this time, you know.
So did you say what's the finish on top?
Stacked leather. They're all finished with linseed oil, and that's it.
They're like beeswax.
Actually, there is a little beeswax on these. That's funny you mentioned that.
I think you know, I'm used to working with leather in the past.
Okay.
And it looks like, you know, you create that like a shell on the outside almost.
I use some mink oil and beeswax, and it's fine for the wood too. But as you can see here, the peening works as a way to retain the knife when it's in there. So that's totally bomb-proof when you're out in the field. Not going to lose that knife. Now this one I did in a different wood. This is maple and stacked leather with a little bit of a red fiber in there, but
it looks almost like a kitchen type of knife, like a paring.
That one's kind of done more like a Japanese style.
So what's the point of this sharp ridge here?
It's just
the way you like to do it?
Feel it. The way you feel it.
It's kind of nice. You can kind of feel the angle where the blade is because it blinds with the ridge.
Nice and lightweight.
Yeah, it's very light.
There. Little kind of stuff in there, nice in there. And just pop that button over. Now this is a little knife. It's a neck knife. It's made to hang about here. The reason for that in Scandinavian countries, if you fell through the ice, you could easily grab a knife and help arrest yourself and pull yourself out. There's a Brazilian cherry. Nice little knife there.
The handle's so big and the blade's so small.
That's right. And that's the only blade I have that's a triple laminated carbon steel, not stainless.
So that's a really unusual feel because with a little knife, I'm used to having like a little handle. But that's
Right.
a great big fat handle.
Right.
With a little knife.
It's comfortable in the hand. If you're crafting and using that knife for a long period of time, it wouldn't fatigue your hand.
You should have your other knives too, the ones that you made the blades too.
I'm enjoying these, and I don't have sheaths for those yet. I'm going to make my own sheaths for that.
That's some nice leather work too.
It is. Anyway, I got some bartering power. I want to sell these and maybe buy some guns or do some other thing. Hopefully find some people that might enjoy them. It's a labor of love. We're looking at there's probably 25 hours of work here in just that knife.
Yeah.
At
And so
least
how much
that.
would you sell this knife for?
That knife right there, it's probably my favorite one. I mean, you can go to the Helle Company and buy this knife, and it costs you about $225. But this is a one of a kind, and it's really nice.
So
I
$400
would
bucks.
say, I don't know, $325.
To hear that, folks, if you want to buy John's knife.
This one I call the Chiricahua, because I don't know why, I just like that name.
Was that? Did you make that up, or is
The
that actual?
Chiricahua is like the Apaches, the Chiricahua.
Okay.
So it's just something about the size and the shape of it made me think that, you know, back in the day, an Apache would probably make that knife good use.
Probably scalp your ass with it. In a heartbeat.
You know how people were scalped? Is you take a knife and cut a circle, then you yank it off. Because you see people scalp like this on TV.
That ain't how it's done.
Cut a circle.
And you can't really survive that either, can you?
Oh yeah, you can survive it.
You can survive the scalping?
I think so.
I've never seen a picture of someone who survived the scalping.
I think there's tales, yeah. All right. Was it Hatchet Jack and Jeremiah Johnson that they found buried in the sand, and he'd been scalped? Remember him?
I don't remember that movie. I don't know if we got all that or not. Maybe.